It was meant to be Soda, then you contacted Spike Chunsoft.
I was like, hey, I think my boyfriend's gonna really like this character before we even start playing this game. So can you kill him?
To be fair, like just looking at Gundam, you knew I was gonna love him.
Yeah, and I loved him. I was like, he's gonna love him. There you go.
Guys, grab the buckets, grab the pails. The ship is sinking.
Will this work?
No, it already has liquid
They were
in it.
supposed to stay in
It doesn't
their
have a lot of liquid in
room.
it.
They weren't planning
It
to
just
come
has a lot
out
of
and go to
pineapple.
the lounge.
Which means they wouldn't have heard the alarm or the rumbling sound, thus proving they were in the room.
I hope he at least gets a cool X over his portrait.
The best case scenario would have been if those two in the lounge had gone to check the deluxe rooms. After all, if they personally saw the killer sleeping in their room,
Akane.
gives the killer a stronger alibi. Unfortunately, they failed to
You know
secure
the best way
that
I can describe Akane? She has the fighting spirit of Sakura, but the brains of Aoi. Of
Yeah.
Hina. She even looks more like Hina for being
She
blunt.
does look like Hina.
And she does.
I thought she was gonna be Hina's like older sister or younger sister or something.
So the killer couldn't go back to their room, and ended up hearing the lounge's alarm.
I don't care. This was voice acted before.
But why
It's weird
do
they
that?
don't have the voice acted
You
scene
should've
still
hid till
voice
the
acted.
excitement died down. If Gundam tried to hide, and if those two went to his room to check on him, he would have been found out. That would have been the worst possible outcome. That's why he couldn't just stay hidden.
Here's something that I always find funny.
My
No one
friend's
ever
dying.
uses
Check
no.
the deluxe
No one
rooms.
ever uses the excuse
That would
of
have been ideal, but
I had to get up to pee.
Would you believe that?
As someone who gets up in the middle of the night like 3 to 4 times to go pee,
how
yes.
ironic. The moment Fuyuhiko set foot in the lounge,
I'm like,
your
yes,
plan
you
was
also have a
doomed.
heart disorder that makes you drink a shit ton of water and have to pee all the time.
Gundam,
No,
Please.
Gundam doesn't hear
can
me.
you at least say
He's a
something?
Dark Lord.
Answer me this, including myself in my 4 dark devas of destruction. How many ears do we possess?
27.
Who's missing an ear?
Who's missing in here? So there's 4 of them. So that's 8. There should be 10 because there's 5 of them total. How did
Yes.
you get who's missing in here?
Because 27 is an odd number. So someone would
Oh.
have to be missing an ear.
Or maybe they just have 3.
I assume they're missing an ear. If you give me an odd number when it's supposed to be even, I'm
That's
assuming
right,
you're missing
I
one.
possess 10 ears.
I was just reminded of that thing that's like, it says you can do quick math. I can. What's 9 plus 10? 27. That's horribly incorrect, but it was fast. That's
But it was
Means I
instant,
have
so
5 times the
you didn't say
hearing of a
correct math.
normal human. The soundproof system here may as well not exist.
I mean, that was what you said
Is
earlier.
that your
I
argument?
honestly forgot that he did that.
Bastard. Do you understand the situation you're in right now?
Yeah, that's why I'm
Do
saying
not
the honest answer.
The truth
I've
shall
never,
now
oh,
commence.
I've never seen him panicked.
At the
I don't
time,
like it.
I left
It's a
my
battle
room
with
to
Country
go
Bro.
to the bathroom. By coincidence, I heard
I
the
didn't
alarm.
remember he said that. I swear on everything on the earth, I didn't remember that he said anything about the hamsters or the bathroom. That's why I was legitimately so mad that no one had used this excuse yet. I was like, bitch, does no one have to get up in the middle of the night to go pee? Like, guys!
That's all it was. The world is always so simple.
I mean,
Are you saying it was just a coincidence? Isn't that timing a little too perfect?
yes, but that is how coincidences work.
Yet, I'm being suspected by all of you. It seems it was actually horrible timing on my part.
I see. You're still holding
He actually, that's actually a great way to put it. Isn't that a bit perfect timing? Actually, since I'm being suspected, it would be horrible timing.
Well, you don't have to admit it. We're going to decide who the killer is with the majority vote anyway. So, why don't we just go ahead and start voting? It's obvious that Gundam is the killer.
It would actually be kind of funny if, like, this is how it ended.
Hold on a sec. You know, Hajime,
I'm really getting sick of your
this
trash.
class trial, this killing, it's merely the opening act, you know.
I'm gonna slaughter all of you tomorrow.
Hey! What do you mean the class trial is just the opening act?
Perhaps
Fuck you, I
should
worked
say
really hard on this.
It's just a farce.
Did you see this room? Do you think it comes easy?
Did you
Just
see
a
this
boring
fucking photos?
farce. So
This
boring,
whole ass island!
stressful. I'm so painfully bored that
I had to reprogram the elevator so you could get here from the funhouse, and you're saying this is just a farce?
Seriously. Let's just hurry
Your
up.
heart
I broke through
Collapse
my
before hell.
fucking funhouse with a giant ass rock thing.
I had
2
to
floors of it, bitches!
I had to ruin 2 floors of my funhouse, but I also got to ruin
Technically 4 floors.
That's true. Well, technically it's only 1 floor because the elevator was the only floor there.
That's fair.
With that said,
1 floor!
I had to wreck the floor of my funhouse, ruin my elevator mechanism. I did get to destroy an image of Monami, so I was kind of happy about that. But still, what the fuck?
Nagito, something definitely happened to you, didn't it?
I'm starting to think you was more than just stick with a Hajime.
At some point during the investigation, your behavior became
My
even weirder.
eyebrow was twitching.
What?
Ooh,
What
you're
actually
right.
happened?
Yeah.
Did you discover something?
I discovered myself. He just starts meditating.
I discovered myself
Just leave that
and realized
later.
I'm a fucking god and you all are peasants.
I discovered myself. Hope. Hope.
You said opening act again!
This bear about to fucking kill Nagito out of principle.
Huh, wait, what?
Monokuma was mad that Nagito said opening act again, and I was like, he's gonna kill him out of fucking principle at this
Please
point.
completely shut up. Perhaps he can't argue anymore.
I mean, that
Who?
bathroom argument was pretty fucking solid.
Honestly, I'm fucking sold.
I was simply at a loss for words after being dumbfounded by your pathetic assumption.
I honestly,
Been there.
if it's anything like the last case, I totally could believe
In
that.
fact, I shall deny the very basis. Your assumption has been wrong since the beginning.
Maybe he killed himself.
Since the beginning?
Based on your assumption, I hung Nekomaru from the 4th floor of the tower and made the floor descend to the 1st floor. From there, after returning to Strawberry House, I was present when the alarm at the lounge went off, correct? Although going to and fro is busy enough as it is, how would I be able to travel between both houses
Oh.
anyway?
Yeah, that's a nail in your own coffin, dude.
I see. The contact elevator was
Dumbfounded by
Like he
by
said,
everything reminded me of the story I wanted to tell. It'll be real quick, I promise. It was just that this guy comes up, and I'm like, hey, do you want a bag? And he's like, well, you're gonna charge me 10 cents anyway, so I might as well. And I'm like, oh no, we only charge you the 10 cents if you actually want a bag. And he's like, well, yeah, I said I want a bag. So, yeah, charge me the 10 cents. I'm like, he's like, well, yeah, no. He's like arguing with me about what I said. I'm like, you said, I asked if you wanted a bag and you said I'm gonna charge you anyway. Which isn't what we do. What? Why are you arguing with me about this? Why are you... What? And then his card wasn't working. It said PIN not accepted. And so I was trying to explain that, and he was like, I ran it as credit, and I'm like, having watched him put the pin in, and the lady behind me having watched him put the pin in, we were like, you might have accidentally hit a button, so it thought you were trying to put the pin in. So go ahead and cancel it, and I'll restart it. And he takes it out, and he's like, what the fuck are you doing? And I'm like, I'm canceling it so that we can restart it so that you can run it as credit, because it won't let you run it as credit since it thinks you attempted a pin. And he's like, well, I was trying to run it as credit. I was like, well, it didn't work. So then he goes to insert it, and it chip malfunctions because he literally goes with it. And I'm like, oh, go ahead and take it out and try it again. He's like, this fucking bullshit. This fucking bullshit. I just bought stuff like 2 hours ago about this fucking sword. And I'm like, okay. And then he puts it, he's like, what's it for credit? Red, right? I'm like,
What?
no, green. And he's like, red? I'm like, green. And he's like, yellow? I'm like, green! And the lady behind him in line is like, the green button! And he's like, red, got it. Presses the red button. And I'm like, no, sir, it was the green button. He's like, well, you should have fucking said that. And the lady just looks at me and she's like, what's going on? I'm like, I don't know, man. So, he finally puts it in, he finally gets it fucking right. After 1,000 zillion tries of needlessly just being an ass. And so I pass his bag down to him. It has like 2 things in it. And he grabs it up and he's like, I'm like, have a good day, sir. And he's like, yeah, fuck you, whatever, fuck off, fucking bullshit shit. And the lady is just like, what on earth? And I'm like, I don't know. I just don't know.
I just that honestly makes me think of the South Park episode.
I don't know.
It makes me think of the South Park episode where it's the guy. It's where Cartman thinks he absolutely cannot be wrong, that he wrote the joke, and so he keeps coming up with these absurd lies about how he is right. I think that's that guy, where he was like, no matter how wrong he was right. Speaking of no matter how wrong he is, he's right. Hey, Gundam.
The killer tampered
He's
with
right.
the Great House control panel.
He was just going
shut down
pee-pee.
the elevator.
He had to do a little pee.
He had to pee, and then all the Dark Davas had to pee, so it took extra long.
Plus, the
He
stock
didn't go
elevator
pee. They also
should
were a
have been
little
facing the
hungry, so he
Great
had to go
House
get
side.
the news.
Yeah, you had to go to the 3rd floor, get the sunflower seeds.
The human who used the elevator would have left it at Great House. For these reasons, it's an indisputable fact that the killer destroyed the elevator at Grape House.
And what's wrong with that?
Okay, Akane, I know you don't know about the things like that. This just shows you're an idiot.
If the elevator was broken at Grape House, you wouldn't be able to return to Strawberry House.
However,
Don't
I was
don't
already
help.
at Strawberry House.
Shut up.
I was present when the alarm in the lounge started ringing. Which means your assumption is clearly wrong.
Are you serious? And here I thought it's already been decided.
Have you learned your lesson, pitiful humans? You cannot
If I
overcome
just keep
this
cracking jokes,
contradiction.
I won't inevitably break down into tears. That's wrong. When something is obviously wrong, that's when a contradiction is born. There's no such thing as a contradiction that can't be over. Okay, the way he's talking about contradiction, I'm just going like, so this is full on Ace Attorney now. Oh fuck, what do you see, Cat?
I think there's a mosquito on the ceiling.
No, there's not. Shut up. You see nothing. Nope, nope, nope. You see nothing. Nope, nope. Vision blocked. What the fuck am I? Okay, so.
That elevator was the only means of travel between the 2 houses. As long as that elevator was broken, your assumption collapses.
Plus, the elevator was...
Yeah. What does the contact elevator say? Because it's technically not the only way across. The contact elevator used to move between both houses was broken and no longer worked. It was apparently broken at Grape House, so the last person to use it would have arrived at Grape House. So, what do I have that proves there's another way between
broken
them?
at Grape House.
Just listen to the statements first.
Alright.
If the killer cannot return to Strawberry House,
Since I was at Strawberry House at that time, there's no question that the following crime is impossible.
It would have been different if they had an accomplice.
what if there was a secret passageway?
Well, I
How much
want to
longer do
agree
you
with the
plan to
secret
lecture me?
passageway.
Why don't we stop this already?
He had an accomplice, didn't he? Oh, thank God. I know that technically Sonia wouldn't have been killed if it was, but I know it's a secret passageway, but I like the secret passageway I have to disagree with. So
The only means of travel between the 2 houses.
like, because it's a disagree state.
As long as that
Oh,
elevator
I
was
can
broken.
absorb it.
Your assumption collapses.
I'm hoping the silent head shakes and
Plus,
nods.
the elevator
So
was
I'm not giving the answers.
broken at Grape
Sorry.
House.
Bugging screen.
cannot return to Strawberry House.
His name is Soda.
Since I was at
I believe the
Strawberry House
proper
at that
term is
time,
pig, but then again, he gets off on
there's
that.
no question that the following crime is
Boop,
impossible.
boop.
It would have
Oh.
been different if they had an accomplice.
It would be crazy if one of these
There was
kids.
a secret
Ah,
passageway.
fuck. Nope.
How much longer do you plan to lecture me?
Got
Remember
it.
Remember that
Stop
skill
this
that would
already.
let you absorb things faster? Real handy for this one.
To be fair, I don't think we've ever looked at that skill, because that wasn't even the skill we were looking at before this trial started. We were looking at a different one.
Broken at Grape House. If the killer cannot return to
Since I was at Strawberry, there's no question that it would have been different if
or if there was a secret passageway.
How much longer do you plan to lecture me? Why don't we stop this already?
I'm for stopping it. I want to stop right now and go to bed and pretend none of this happened. Series over. No more bros die.
That elevator was the only means of travel.
No,
No, that's wrong. I don't want
I
this.
think I just fell asleep with my eyes open.
No, there should have been enough.
To be fair,
room
that's not the
between
first
two
time you've done
houses
that.
without
You
the elevator.
space out all the time.
Such a method does not exist.
Oh, also
Why don't we
earlier
ask
when
the
I was
person
reading
who
this
actually
guide,
used that
it
method?
refreshed. There was a point. Hold on, let me find it.
Oh god, I have to.
Oh, it was like. Then Fuyuhiko will say, the doorknob on the floor seems suspicious. Shoot that statement with wire. And I thought it said wife. And I was like,
Nagito, you should know.
Shoot that statement with wife, aka Sonya.
I was like, what?
I'm also just want to point out, we're just going back and forth between choosing Nagato and Gundam. If I keep going back and forth enough, eventually I'll convince everyone that Nagato's the killer. Maybe I can convince Monokuma.
Don't play dumb. You appeared so suddenly that one time because you used that method, right?
Bing bong, I'm here again. Hi Nagato, enjoy your fall?
There's a secret passage connecting the first
Have a
floor
nice
of
trip.
Strawberry
See you
House.
next fall. Ha 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 ha. Fuck my hat again.
I still think that joke is funny.
What? Have a nice trip. See you next fall.
Yeah, I still think it's great.
It is.
It's just so nice, you know? It's one of those simple ones that's just...
Yeah, but the only time it's ever good is like in the context of being an asshole. So either you trip someone or you watch someone trip. Either way.
As long as the person isn't, like, actually, like, hurt at all, I think it's a great joke. I think it's so funny.
You'll never get to say it with me, because I think in the whole time we've been dating, you've seen me trip once, and even then I landed on my feet.
Yeah.
Once again,
That said, I injured my heel for that time.
I trip all the time.
you're right.
You're right, and I don't make fun of you because I'm more concerned for your
Which is
safety.
on the first floor.
Yeah, because I would actually hurt myself. I mean, I slid down the last 2 steps of a carpeted staircase,
Yeah.
and now have pins in my toe because of it. So
Yeah.
listen, guys. Chances are, if I fell, I'm
I ended up
probably
in the
severely
Monokuma
injured, even
archive,
if it was a minor
which is on
fall.
the third
The
floor of
ultimate
Grape
unlucky
House.
student.
Meaning the third floor and the fourth floor are actually connected.
By God, she got there.
Plus, once you've cleared the final dead room once, you can pass through it as many times as you want.
Dude, imagine if you had to play Russian roulette every time you
If
want to
they
pass
used
through
that
there.
secret passage, they could have gone between the 2 houses as much as they wanted.
Infinity Unlimited Flame!
Dude, I have that skill. You gave that to me. Let's do
What
this.
if the killer was
My
unaware
Infinity
of the
Unlimited Flame
existence
versus
of the
yours.
final dead room?
There's no way they didn't know.
That is merely an illusion you have fabricated from your own suspicion.
No. It's because all the shit in the crime scene was from
You
the
should
final
stop
dead room.
with your screw.
Including that hammer.
There's no way I can stop.
That big ass hammer.
Wait, the hammer was from the final dead room?
You say?
I don't want to do this.
Don't make
This one
me
you
angry.
might actually need me to tell you
wouldn't
what
like
statement
me
to
when
cut.
I'm
Maybe.
angry.
Because it's Gundam. So obviously he's using phrases that are fucking stupid.
I don't know. I've gotten pretty used to talking to him, which means I'll probably fuck it up.
Alright, so what's the only thing in there that's from the dead room?
Well, the wire.
Even if the
There you
turret
go.
box
There's your
doesn't
blade.
Oh,
exist,
fucking hell. How am I supposed to hit these?
you could travel through multiple planes.
Fucking. I don't like
Provided
this.
You use a spacious wormhole. However, how frail I say. Your decayed illusion. Shall I feed you to the progeny of vile deities?
I ran out of cuts. I don't like the way his statements are appearing. This argument is exhausting. Just listening to it makes me tired. I'll be honest, I didn't even get to appreciate what he was saying because I was so distracted by the weird way he was saying it.
Even if the turbid box doesn't exist, you could travel through multiple planes. Provided you use a spacious wormhole. However, how frail I say. Your decayed illusion. Shall I
I
feed
will
you
say
to
when
the
it's red,
progeny
it
of vile
doesn't pop right
deities?
away. It means that you sliced it the wrong way.
Really?
Yes.
Is that what that
I
means?
can't back down.
Oh, fuck. Don't make me do this! I don't want this!
Don't make
I
me
already
flame
proved
you!
The secret passage exists.
What?
Ultimate
secret
whatever
passage
flame,
was
right?
at the
That's his thing?
Octagon.
Oh, Ultimate Infinity Flame.
Yeah.
Or
No
whatever.
limits of your own reasoning. You say the killer went to the Octagon. Don't bark, you cur! If you don't want to drown in the maelstrom, at least pray to the key which dwells
That was the
in
one that
light.
slash, wasn't it?
Yep. There it goes.
It was the only one here, so if I just Alright.
Know the limits of your own reasoning.
Okay, thank God I'm still here.
You say the killer went to the Octagon. Don't
Yeah.
bark, you cur!
I'm not a cur, I'm your bro.
At least
Fuck!
pray to the key
Yeah, I was
which
about to
dwells
say
in
it's
the
coming
light.
up. So it's right after her.
I'm not a cur, I'm a bro. Try to
Know
find.
the limits of your own reasoning. You say the killer went to the
So
Octagon.
after Kurt, X.
Don't bark, you cur!
X is the button.
I want to see what he actually wants. What he
You
actually
don't
says.
want to
Here.
drown in the maelstrom of blind confusion.
Allow me to cut through those
Yeah, there was nothing really contradictory about what he said. It's just emotional blind confusion.
Yeah, that's why I was like, you might, depending on what, I didn't know if there was going to be multiple, so like you might
The
want
hammer
me to
that
tell you.
looked like the weapon, and the chain on the door in the tower. Those are all the items that weren't in Funhouse. Where did the killer obtain them?
The only place I can think of is the Octagon.
But there weren't chains there. Oh wait, yeah, there are. Never mind.
Various weapons and tools.
Go on.
Pretty
Proceed.
sure I saw stuff like wires, hammers, and chains too.
Since those items were used in the crime, there's no doubt that the killer went to the Octagon.
If that's the case, they obviously know about the secret passage too, right?
It seems this is the end. Normally we'd end up listening to Hajime lecture us with a very long summary of the case.
They're not that long.
But there's no reason to waste any more time on this opening act. So I'm going to end this
He just gets
right
his head
now.
slit right off.
Hey, what are you?
First of all, by messing with all the
He stole my
Gundam
dude.
tried to lure only Nekomaru. The elevator
I just want
probably broke
every
by
time he
accident.
makes a statement for Hajime to be like,
Thanks to
dude,
that,
come on.
Nekomaru wasn't able to go to Grape Tower, which was supposed to be the meetup point. So he tried going over to Strawberry Tower.
I don't think I tapped the
just
auto
like we
button.
did when we found out the elevator was broken.
I don't think.
Well,
It would say auto
obvious
on the
he'd
bottom
attempt
if you
that.
did.
So it's just doing this
That
on its
time,
own.
We didn't know the two towers were the exact same place. Also, the button in Strawberry Hall wasn't
I just
broken,
imagine Hajime in the background
so
like,
he was
wait,
easily able to
dude,
enter Strawberry
this is
Tower.
my thing.
But surprise!
I have a comic book.
Gundam was waiting
I've
for
been drawing it
Nekomaru's
this whole
arrival.
case.
I've been trying it for so
Hold
long.
on. If Nekomaru didn't go to Strawberry Tower, what would the killer have done then?
Their
I get
plan
control
was
again.
a balancing act of uncertainties. But even if they failed, they probably wouldn't have minded. They can just greet everyone the next morning as if nothing happened, and come up with a different plan.
I'm
And
curious what the motive
Without
is.
such a risky plan, they
Was it for
wouldn't
the
have been able to
hamsters?
lure him at all.
I mean, actually, it would make sense. Because, well, he said the hamsters could survive. He might have just
I'm
thought
going
about
to
all his other
continue
animals.
summarizing the case, okay?
No, it's my turn.
Through this,
No,
Gundam
my thunder.
successfully lured
My
Nekomaru
comic
to
book.
Strawberry Tower. There's no way he could.
I'd like to imagine that Hajime is drawing all of the comic
So
books.
by pressing the good night button, you rendered
Painstakingly.
Nekomaru
Yeah, so he's like,
powerless without
I worked
fighting.
really hard on this, guys.
Worked really hard on this in the 4 seconds that I had between
You? What did you just say?
the
That
body discovery
I
announcement.
didn't battle?
Wait, I was so busy joking about the comic book.
I did the Wordle.
Did you really?
Yes. I needed something to occupy my
What's
brain for
wrong
a second.
with that?
Don't mess with me! Don't mess with me! I cannot ignore those words!
Demolished by his own ego.
Why are you angry all of a sudden?
You
Because you're
fools
accusing me of
do
murder.
not understand! You don't
No,
understand at
he
all!
Nagato hasn't once said Gundam's name during
You
the
make
summary.
me laugh.
They've only said the
All
killer.
this time, you still don't understand anything at all!
I don't understand anything. What does that mean?
You use too many big words.
Too many words. Dumb.
I cannot finish just yet. Maybe I'm just a human destined for hell. However, I cannot finish just yet.
Yeah, you're right. Sonya hasn't worked you off enough yet.
Finish!
What do you intend to do?
I have to do a panic talk action, don't I?
It's obvious.
Yeah, always.
I'm going to destroy your illusory assumption.
I hate that I have to do a panic talk action, but I don't get to do
Are you saying you still have more? You still have room to argue?
How one-to-one would you say the sound is with this?
Words. You said I pressed Nekomaru's goodnight button. However,
It's like a
that
second or
button
two off.
was on the
Do you
back
think
of
I?
Nekomaru's
Do you
neck.
think
To
I
press
could
it, I'd have to
unmute?
get
Do you think I need to
behind
unmute it for the timing on this?
It's not easy to get the drop on Coach
I'll try it
Nekomaru.
with just our headphones.
It's
I hate
even
that I have to
more
do this, but I
difficult
don't get to do the closing
with a
argument.
one-on-one situation.
Nagato, you can handle this bit for me. This is your shtick now.
Just as I thought.
He just starts throwing a tantrum. It's like, oh well, if you don't appreciate my comic books, you can debate in here. This is your game now, Nagato.
You now. Here, I passed the torch. Go fucking figure
I'm
this
just
out.
a mere reserve student.
I'm just a mere reserve student with no ultimate talent. You're the ultimate lucky student, so you have the ultimate talent, so you need to face the ultimate. Again, I'm so mad at stuff. There.
That's wrong.
Prove your stupid fucking hope.
You're the one who's wrong.
Julie just like turns into Junko all of a
Such a
sudden. Just
wonderful line.
starts fucking
However,
spouting
I cannot
Junko
say
lines.
that
Just
I'm satisfied.
fuck you.
Listen
Show your
well.
stupid fucking help.
You two tips for making someone
Hey,
admit
I
their
got
defeat.
help. Nah.
Dude, if he became Junko, then Nikon would have been all over him. Oh wait.
You must crush them with your own overwhelming.
By God, he is the ultimate despair.
You must provide a
I'm not
reason
saying we
that
just
will
found the
persuade
ultimate.
that human.
A rewrite of this story.
Yeah. But we
But
have.
I think we,
found-
but we did.
You did.
We did. Everyone else can go home.
Spoke
We
to
did it.
himself,
I just
hire
realized
us.
the mic was in front of me.
That is how that is how recording sessions tend to
No,
work.
like I meant the stand was in front of my face.
Oh. Then just as you requested. I'll find an argument that will leave you no choice to be persuaded. Ugh. Fuck.
PTA, Parent Teacher Association.
I won't let you.
Look at them
For the
booties.
Tanaka Empire. Wither. Crushed as David prophesied.
What's the
I won't
reload
let
button?
you. For the Tanaka Empire.
Why?
Got it.
X? I don't know.
Crushed as David prophesied.
I might lose this just 'cause I forgot the buttons. Show me the cadaver.
For the Tanaka Empire. Wither.
This is where having more
Crushed
damage
as
would
David
be great.
prophesied. I won't let you.
Why?
For the Tanaka Empire. Wither.
If you forgot the
Crushed as
buttons,
David
you would have been further
prophesied.
than you are now.
For the Tanaka Empire. I won't let you. For the Tanaka Empire. Wither. Crushed as David prophesied. I won't let you. For the Tanaka Empire. Wither. Crushed as David prophesied.
I don't remember
Show
what
me the
your
cadaver.
ultimate move is.
I
The
won't
game
let
is
you.
completely my weapon, use it.
For the Tanaka Empire. Wither. Crushed as David
Use
prophesied.
buttons.
I won't let you.
To the end of this.
For the Tanaka Empire. Wither.
I'm doing. Look, I did it.
It's Nekomaru's back. Do you really think I can get behind him so easily?
This is the end.
Oh, he used the Dark Davis for this?
Yeah. I don't
Even if
remember
you
which
didn't
one
get behind
specifically.
Nicomaro, you should have been able to press the button on the back of his neck. As long as you had the power of the hamsters you keep with you.
Dark Davis!
Oh?
Are you seriously saying he used his hamsters to press the button on the back of Nekomaru's neck?
I mean, you seriously have not seen what he's done with these hamsters. I mean, one of them basically solved the last case.
Of course, that'd be impossible for a normal hamster, but it would have been possible for Gundam. In fact, we saw that with our very own eyes, right?
Emissary of Evil. In accordance with our ancient contract, I'm going to read this because it's Gundam and it will be one of the last times I can do his voice. The time has come to lend me your aid. Pierce through Supernova Silver Fox Sandy.
Oh, Sandy is the fat one, not Jumpy.
They pressed the button. I thought the fat one was Chompy.
No, Sandy is the one that just pressed the button, and the one that pressed the button was the fat one.
Truly, this is the skylight lamentation of the art of the demon mouse. Ha 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 ha! Soon the door of destiny shall open.
Now that you mention it, after Ibuki was killed in the music venue,
Look, this is already painful. Don't make it worse,
one of
Chiaki.
Gundam's hamsters retrieved a piece of wallpaper from the baton writing, right?
Also, she just straight up said, fuck Hyoko.
Yeah.
With your friends and their exceptionally smart brains, it must have been possible to secretly get one of them behind Nekomaru.
I feel so
and
sorry
press
for
the button
Sonya,
on the back of his
honestly.
neck.
How
I
about
feel
it?
sorry for poor
Gundam.
Mekamaru because, Chiaki's the only one referring to him as Mekamaru. What else like Mekamaru? It's like, no, dude,
Not
Mekamaru.
just myself, but you actually brought up how splendid my subordinates are. I have no recourse but to admit it.
Admit it? Did you say you admit it?
I'm so turned on right now.
It appears I've obtained a one-way ticket to hell. Fine! Then you must trample me underfoot and advance. Victory can only be built upon a foundation.
Well, I don't feel like
of
it's gonna be like
corpses. You
the
cannot find
second
peace
case in the
without
last
sacrifice
game,
anywhere.
where there's going to be one person who doesn't vote for the right person. And I know exactly who it
trample
is.
This life. Trample it as though it were mere trash on the side of the road.
You know what? I gotta give absolute respect to Gundam for going out with a fucking
Pull
bang.
the curtain strings of this worthless performance with your own two hands.
He's just like, oh, thank God, I still get to do it. Fuck you, Nagato.
I could have easily told you that you would, but I was like, nah.
Alright, I'm gonna turn on the, okay, there's a lot going on here. There's a huge hammer. Alright, let me see what the first one's. Who set the clock's launch alarm? Alright, that's not any of these. Who was in the line since early morning? That'd be Fuyuhiko. What time Fuyuhiko see Nekomaru? Wait. Alarm's at 5:30 and it's 2:40 a.m. right now. Okay. Hung the loop onto the doorknob. Oh wait. Nekomaru's weaknesses. These are basic. Fly wrapped around Nekomaru's feet. There we go. I finally got one. Kill destroyed after what leaving the tower. Oh. No, my comic!
You gotta be careful, you're...
Yeah, I'm very low after that. What was the fake weapon left at the top? Oh, the hammer. Who got it at the lounge? Drop my chain on the door. That's there. So... Alright, let me go to some of the last pages. Who got it at the lounge? Why did Nekomaru fall? Who heard the rumbling noise? So, I think it's the time one at the start here. Who set the clock's lounge alarm? Yeah, there we go. Stock 2. Kiss the pillow, damn it! The hamster pressed it. I don't know where that goes.
Blink.
Aw. Hamster and murder. That's one of my new I want a t-shirt that says hamster and murder. now. Okay, so that's a just the pillar. Alright, so there's the pillar. So it's this one that needs to go in place because those two are already in place. Kill destroyed what after leaving the tower? What is this one? Who's in alarm since early morning? What time food he goes to Nekomaru? I think they're gonna give me a lot of time with this. Destroyed, destroyed. So I really have to keep in mind some of these that are. So doorknob came off. Is that already? Why Nekomaru off? Doorknob came off. Who heard the rumbling noise? Clearly a second picture of Akane is needed here. She doubly heard it. Their idiot ears. Gershway walked to leave the tower. Oh, the strawberry. There we go. I will got that. Well, I also heard it. Perfect. They didn't do anything to along the Nekomaru's chest. They couldn't do anything to that. That's a misdirection if I've ever seen it. I know where this one goes. Food goes here.
Here's everything that happened in this case.
Fuck you, Nagato. I still get to do my comic book.
Let's first go over the many tricks the killer prepared before they committed the crime. First, they destroyed the contact elevator. This separated Nagito and the others in Strawberry House from our group in Grape House.
Yes, yes.
Next, they lured Nekomaru out by himself by turning back all the clocks in the funhouse by 2 hours. Additionally, in order to secure an alibi, the killer went to the Strawberry House lounge and set the wall clock's alarm to 5:30 a.m. After finishing their preparations, the killer went to Strawberry Tower with the necessary tools in hand. They obtained these tools from the Octagon, which you can enter once you clear the final deck.
I will say this is a that's a cool
means
pick.
The killer discovered the secret of the funhouse faster than anybody else. That secret being.
I will say
Strawberry
though,
House and
I can
Grape House
totally,
were
I
actually
can
the
honestly
same
never see not Fuyuhiko, Gundam doing that pose. Like the way his arms are crossed is something he do, but I feel like he'd do it with his legs like that. How dare they do him dirty like that?
On the morning of the incident, Nekomaru woke up and headed over to Great Tower for a specific reason.
He had to shit.
There, Fuyuhiko.
I will
who was
say,
at the lounge
with most of these like mystery
According to
games,
Fuyuhiko's
they're
testimony,
always so
that was
clever
around
with
5
how they
a.m.,
do it.
but by that
Like how the crime happened and the progression of it.
In actuality, Fuyuhiko witnessed Nekomaru at 7 a.m. That's also the same time Monokuma Taichi begins. Nekomaru went to Grape Tower to participate in that.
Gotta respect his diligence and time. Also, you gotta respect Monokuma for not being there for the Monokuma Taichi. He's like, huh, killings happen. I'm just gonna sit this one out. You guys have fun. I'll grab my popcorn.
So he decided to try going to Strawberry Tower. But the killer was waiting for him there. With the power of hamsters, they were able to press the good
the
knife
power
on the
of
back
hamsters.
of Nekomaru's neck.
So nonchalantly said, with the power of hamsters.
The power of hamsters.
The power of the
This
4
forced
dark
him
devas
to
of
enter
destruction.
sleep,
Excuse you.
rendering him immobile.
Yeah. Hajime, you
From
fucking
there, the killer
plebe
began
him.
preparing to use the ultimate weapon. First, they set the alarm in Nekomaru's chest to 7:30 a.m. so he'd wake up.
I see.
Then they tied him up with a metal wire, tied the tip of the wire into a loop, and hung it on
Oh,
the
they
door.
tied the tip, huh?
Wink,
Nudge, nudge.
After leaving Strawberry Tower, the killer then destroyed the door button to Strawberry Hall.
That's what Soda wishes Sonia would do.
They did this to keep us from entering Strawberry Tower. and to keep us from discovering the secret of the building structure that they used to kill Nekomaru.
And it didn't work. Ding.
Then, they used the secret octagon passageway to travel to Grape House. After arriving at Grape Hall, they pressed the button to open the door to the tower. When that happened, the elevator-like floor of the tower began descending. And Nekomaru's body was still inside, dangling upside down in midair from the wire. The killer entered Grape Tower to see if their setup was successful.
Key. Glug.
And placed a hammer on the floor to look like the weapon, then wrapped a chain around the back door. This was done to make us falsely believe we couldn't enter the tower from Strawberry Hall.
Act 6. There's so many acts to this one.
With this,
The last one was
the killer
really
finished their
short.
setup and tried to go back to their room using the secret passage.
I feel like, honestly, the last two ones are equally as complicated, but the other one was way shorter in the
So they
explanation.
could craft their alibi when Nekomaru died from the fall.
It's because this one has to explain the entirety of the funhouse.
Yeah, that's true.
But something unexpected happened. Fuyuhiko, who saw Nekomaru earlier, was still at the lounge. As a result, the killer couldn't return to their room, and with no options available, time ran out. The lounge's wall clock alarm started ringing at 5:30. Well, actually
Man,
7.
if it wasn't for Fuyuhiko there, like, he would have totally gotten away with it.
To avoid a worst-case scenario, the killer was forced to appear in front of Fuyuhiko with the others.
Because he was taking a piss.
When the wall clock's alarm rang, that was also the same time Nekomaru was waking up. He woke up while he was still hanging upside down, so he couldn't help but sway his body powerfully. Originally, the loop of wire was only supposed to slip off the doorknob. But because there was a heavier load than expected, the doorknob ended up breaking.
You know, that's on him for not expecting the fucking metal to be heavy. The credit to the doorknob for holding up for so well.
Nekomaru
Kiss the
fell
pillar!
from the 4th floor
Kiss
all
the
the way
pillar,
to the
damn it.
1st floor. He crashed into the pillar, which decapitated him on impact, and died.
God,
The
that's
sound of Nekomaru's
the way he
impact echoed
describes
throughout
that.
the funhouse.
Also, I feel, God, these
However, by this
pictures
point,
of
the
them
killer's
all
plan
hungry
was
looks
about to
miserable.
fail,
Soda
thanks to the
straight up
broken
looks like he's
doorknob
about to
and
eat
Fuyuhiko.
someone.
Soda's about ready to bite Fuyuhiko's neck.
Like, straight
The
up,
killer is someone who
that's a
wouldn't have heard the
ravenous
alarm if
man.
They were in the deluxe room. They also wouldn't have been able to return to their guest room because Fuyuhiko was at the lounge. That someone is Gundam Tanaka.
He's straight
I
up,
have to-
dude.
Anyone else but
can-
you.
I have to be this dumbass fucking. Look at how cute he is! Look at the hamsters!
He's
You
holding us.
can't punish the hamsters! Can we at least keep the hamsters? They just pressed the button, they didn't actually do anything else. Can we please keep the hamsters?
You did quite well.
I will admit, Gundam at least admit he lost earlier.
Oof.
Stop using weird words to avoid the truth. Or I'll friggin' kill you myself!
There.
I cannot believe it.
Execution by Akane.
Cannot believe.
Akane's revenge.
Haha, we have a guest executioner today!
You killed Nekomaru?
My husband?
I cannot believe something like that.
You don't wish to forgive me, do you feel regret? Then finish it! Cast your impure votes for
So she's
Gundam
not gonna vote
Tanaka!
for him, right? Because she just can't believe it, yeah.
My beloved, deadly
Oh, I think
foes,
so, I don't know.
let the voting time begin!
I mean, this is exactly what happened with Mondo, if we're being honest. A bro kills a bro, and then, like, the person they were closest with. What the fuck happened in 2?
And 4 and 5.
A lot of the... one of those is, is the dive where I just kept falling. B for bitch.
B for
This result isn't all that
Yeah.
exciting.
Fuck! The worst rating.
I couldn't think of another name that started with B. Oh, I'm sorry, Bubba. I didn't know you were down there. I
Now
jumped
then,
in the way.
please pull the lever in front of you and cast your vote.
Sorry.
Who chosen as the black
Can I just vote for
Will you
Byakuya?
make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? Please hold on. Crap! I bit my tongue on the most important part.
Me.
Oh, that's fucking funny.
Same though.
I really want.
Look at the little luau. Little luau, Monokuma.
I get all the mana coins, but I don't want this.
Just take it back.
This is the worst jackpot ever. Oh, it'd be bad if I bit my tongue in, so I'll speak slowly. Oh, fuck! This is the bit now. What's amazing?
Nice.
Now then.
I said you the killers. Let's do the execution already and get this over with. Hold on. It's a true class trial is finished, but that doesn't mean the incident's over. You can't finish it until we hear it from Gundam.
Jeez.
No matter what he said. I'd straight up just skip my own line. Yeah, I'm like, we gotta get this over with. I want to see if I can crank out like 30 minutes of sleep for it to go to work. I know I have to stop you
It's
either, so
6:18 in
do
the
whatever you
morning.
like. Yeah, I have less than 5 hours now. I tend to oversleep when I'm tired. Why do you want to talk to one who is lost? The loser merely leaves. It would be unnecessary for me to say something. Is what I would like to say. But for honor's sake, I shall correct one thing. Correct? You guys said I made Nekomaru powerless without fighting him. It is, however, a great mistake. Huh? Nekomaru did fight. That is no mistake. And because he fought, he lost and died.
Damn it!
Lost and died.
You're saying there's someone more powerful than Coach Nekomaru?
This, too, must be the
If he was
will of
just trying to
causality.
cling to life, there are many ways he could have done so. However, he did not allow that.
What do you mean? Explain.
Fine then, I shall reveal it all.
Let's make history.
Within the final dead room, I discovered the secret of the funhouse. I devised the killing plan utilizing that secret. By tampering with all the clocks in the building, I succeeded in luring Nekomaru to the tower. And this is what happens. Dude! Nekomaru and I were alone in a tower, standing face to face with one another. I should say I expected as much from Nekomaru. He sensed my subtle killing intent and instantly understood the situation. And we had ourselves a stare down. In that situation, if he wanted to run away, it would have been easy for him to do so. He could have run away, or even called for help. But he did not turn his back to me. Instead, he chose a fight that risked life and death.
That is...
A fight that risked life and death.
Let me tell
He
you
was serious too. He gave it his all to try and kill me. If I had died instead, the mystery surrounding the case would have been even more complicated. You would never know why I, the victim, went to the tower by
I can
myself.
see it!
Nobody would know that the victim, me, was actually the one who planned the whole thing.
Nekomaru really did that?
Sensing even my subtle killing intent, as expected of you, Nekomaru.
The scorching, stinging, tense atmosphere. I've been a team manager for so long, I'd nearly forgotten this. This is great! What a comforting atmosphere!
This is honestly one of the most badass parts of this entire game.
And what is your reason? Do you intend to resolve this situation by killing me?
I am the Warlock, Gundam Tanaka. Heroes, Lords of Darkness, and even the gods themselves flee from me. I am not cling to any trivial reason. I'm simply going to kill you because your very existence is an annoyance.
You'll drench your soul with evil until the bitter end, huh? Splendid!
This is really a battle
In
with good and
response
evil.
to your spirit, I shall kill you with all of my might. I won't go easy on you. Don't even think about holding back. Don't waste your breath on cowardly tactics. Give me everything you got.
Nekomaru Nidai, your blood will drench the foundation of my empire!
That is...
Why? Why did you fight? We are all friends. Why couldn't you stop this? Even if both sides agreed, it was still wrong.
I will not argue. I have no intention of forcing my values upon you. However, I must say this. What's the point of living if you're just waiting until you finally
You
die?
weakling!
There's nothing courageous about that. That is abandonment, a mere feeling of resignation. Wait, are you telling us just to wait until we starve to death? I'd rather have that happen to us than have our friends kill each other. Huh? Do you mean you'd rather die?
That's so awesome! But we're gonna cut that part out because Nagato doesn't think that anymore.
Ever since we were locked inside that building, everyone had been dominated by that feeling of abandonment. However, nothing is born from resignation. That is simply a reason to give up.
You flinch, you will
Giving up on
die.
life. That's just an insult to life itself.
Let me ask.
Have you fools heard of the term dog eat dog?
Cannibalism?
Fine.
In zoology, cannibalism is a commonly observed phenomenon. Many creatures at some point in their lifespan engage in cannibalism.
Listen well.
That is what it means to live. If you say killing for the sake of living is evil, then what would you call giving up on life itself?
I shall engulf
If a
this
world would consider that justice, then I will fight that world with every last fiber of my being. Giving up on life and choosing death is nothing but a blasphemy towards life.
I renounce you!
It is a violation of the natural order. It is the arrogance of humanity.
Are you saying all that to try to justify what you did?
But it sounds like Nekomaru felt the same too. That's why they fought, right?
She basically said.
Fine.
That man had the courage to die when he needed to die. That is why he challenged me to our battle. Regardless, as I've already said, I do not intend to force my values upon you fools. I have betrayed you all. That is the absolute truth.
My tears.
But even so, don't you think it's a better alternative to slowly starve to death here?
Oh,
That belief is why you committed your crime.
you...
Hey, what about the final dead room? Did you do the Russian roulette too?
Let's make history.
Unlike Nagato, I only did it once, but compared to my battle with Nekomaru, that was mere child's play.
Well,
You know, after listening to you talk for a while, I'm starting to think that, well, it's also because you unexpectedly admitted your crime without much resistance.
Gundam, don't tell me. You didn't sacrifice yourself for our sake, did you? I can't believe you would ask such a foolish question.
My
Just who
name
do
is
you think I
Gundam
am?
Tanaka.
History's greatest monster. My cursed existence is feared by all mankind. There's no way I'd sacrifice myself for the sake of you fools.
Fade
Not in a million.
sacrifice myself for the sake of you fools.
Not in a billion. Not in 10,000 billion years. In the name of pandemonium, it is impossible. Is that it? Then, I'll just leave it at that. No.
Hey, I still have your underwear.
Well, technically we don't. Now then, let us be rid of this foolish talk. It's about time the fun started. Monokuma, let us begin.
Yes, indeed.
Yay! I got a fucking good bad day for me. For the LTB.
please wait.
Okay. This is just too much.
I beg of you.
Please, Monokuma. Please help Gundam.
Huh?
Miss Sonia.
I beg of you.
Please. She already said the I beg of you part.
Sonia. An act as unrefined as stopping a man from going to his death does not befit a noble such as yourself.
Gundam.
Just kiss. Get.
Fuck me one last time.
Let's find the stuff for reals, right? Let them kiss. Give me this. Give me this one thing, Bear. Let them have this. Yes, I do not mind. However,
What is it, my four dark devas of destruction? Are you worried about me? Oh, my feared four dark devas of destruction, That is not like you at all. However, there is no need to fear. In this world, I am only a temporary visitor. I was simply visiting for a moment, and now that my duty is complete, I must return to the darkness.
Yes.
That is
So
why,
give your hamsters to
until
someone
the
else.
very end. Pride, conceit, courage, insolence, fearful of nothing, daunted by nothing. Let us laugh uproariously! That is Gundam Tanaka! I shall stick with my evil until the very end! Open sesame pandemonium! I shall fill hell with true hell!
God, even his death is awesome. He doesn't
No, but
just
seriously, give the hamsters to someone else.
Let's
he
give
doesn't
it
just like
everything we
decide to
got.
die. He
It's
declares it.
punishment time!
Seriously, give the hamsters to someone
I
else.
really would love if he gave his scarf to Sonia.
That was a happy sound effect.
Gundam has been found guilty. Time for the punishment.
Over here.
That's a pineapple.
Gundam Tanaka Stampede. Ultimate Brian Gun. We'll never know what that said.
Look at the one with the sunflower seed. I'm crying.
Damn.
He's a speedy boy. Da-na-na-na, da-na, da-na-na, da-na.
What an appropriate way for gun. Oh, why did that? Why do I feel like this is gonna get sick and twisted real fast? Oh, thank God. God, that was probably one of the best ones. It's like what Celeste was until the fire truck was, but the fire truck never came.
Gundam!
I love that one. I miss Gundam. He had that was, I think that, despite the simplicity of it, that was legit my favorite execution. It was just him embracing death and being accepted into the heavens. He may not, despite the fact that he thought he would be greeted into hell.
We
Even
have to
after,
go to heaven. We don't want to animals.
even after Gun was gone, the spirit of his parting words still lingered deep in our chests. Don't give up on life. Did I misunderstand what he meant?
Nope.
Then what's the right thing to do? I don't know. You know how much I think about it? I don't know if I'll ever be able to answer that.
Damn it!
I feel bad for the person who killed my coach.
I'm so pissed off. I need to throw something. Yo,
Akane-
Monokuma!
Akane, put me down!
Damn it!
Y'all spent so much time worrying about each other. Thanks to that, things ended up like this. You're all full of shit. Every last one of you. But the biggest piece of shit is me! Damn it. Why am I so weak?
Oh.
It's such a downer, clearly. But still, even though we feel this way, excuse me.
My demon soul.
Gundam passed his demon soul into me, I'm sorry. We still gotta do our very best.
You are right.
This time around, we must move forward. We must continue to live and believe in our friends. No battery! What the fuck was that? if not,
God.
You are right.
6:31 a.m. Gundam will most likely crawl his way out of hell, and I presume he will be very cross with us.
Oh.
Did you not see that he floated up into heaven?
Probably not,
He
honestly.
floated up into heaven!
You're right. You're right.
No, it's okay, Boba. It's okay. You can stay where you are. I'm just adjusting a little.
You know the true sign that, like, of like Gundam getting a good passing. Soda doesn't get the talk. He'd ruin this. He'd ruin this about like starting some shit about how he lost his one rival.
I think Sonya takes his hamsters.
I hope so. I hope she gets his scarf. I hope she like adopts some of his mannerisms, because she did adopt a couple. We still have to do it. We still have to finish this. For the sake of our friends who have died, we need to finish this once and for all. So, don't just stand there. Stand up and walk. Move forward. Live.
Alright, well you heard him. Stand up and walk, so bye guys.
We'll stand up and walk after this, and then we'll go die.
We'll stand up and walk to our bed, where we'll then flop on the bed and fall asleep.
We can't allow that.
We'll temporarily die.
So all you guys gonna stand around chattering. That show's over, so it's okay if you are back over the Jabrock Islands. However, the Chemist Culture will proceed as usual, so make sure you know that.
Fuck you.
Wait!
Hold on.
I totally imagine, like, he's just like...
How much longer are you gonna keep doing this? I don't know, maybe until the countdown ends? Just a theory.
God, there's only 7 of us now. How long is this going to continue?
Now then.
Alright, after feeling down for so long, I finally feel refreshed. Let's hurry back and eat some food. Dude.
Rabbit curry.
Hey!
Hold on, that mood shift was too damn fast. She was told to keep living.
It's not like that.
Well, you know, like Gundam and Nekomaru said. That's what it means to live, right?
Oh, Akane. Everyone here is like, they don't want to give up. And I really love that. Every single one of them is looking at the 2 people who just died and knowing that, like,
both of them
wouldn't want them to give up.
Both of them were okay with sacrificing themselves to make sure that they could live.
The only person left...
Gundam chose a perfect target.
No matter which one of them was the killer, either one of them would get executed knowing that they helped.
It would have been the same either way.
Yeah. And tired, apparently.
Oh god, I'm so tired.
Honestly, the only person I still feel in this group is willing to kill after that is Soda. Full disclosure.
Let's go back for now and eat. And maybe sleep. And then, after we're full, let's sleep as much as we want. Right? She knows. Always with me, my homie.
Oh god, let's all go to sleep.
And then, let's do our best again.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, that's all we can do at this point. Until Soda inevitably kills someone. Or dies. Hopefully dies. He's the suicide of this game because everyone else is just happy without him. With this, the class trial has come to an end, and once again, we return to Jabberwock Island. The size of our group is definitely diminished. But despite that, even if it was just the rest of us, do our best to stay upbeat and have fun together. Of course, our optimism was only superficial. But at that moment, we were able to forget about the dark despair looming before us. However, the only thing I was worried about was him. He wasn't there. He suddenly disappeared from our sight. Alright, great, you've gone to do your own thing. That terrifies me more than him, like, being with us. Yep, I'm definitely lucky. I started to obtain so many valuable things from a simple game of Russian roulettes. Thanks to that, I was able to learn the identity of our true enemy. And before everyone else, too. But it's just too funny. And no one could tell that I was lying. There was no way the file had just Hajime's information.
Oh shit, you mean I was right? What?
I guess they were too busy with other matters, or maybe they've reached their limits. Regardless, I was saved. Things would get complicated if they found out. Anyway, I can't forgive this. This should never be forgiven. There's no way I can let this run loose. I'll be the one who stops this once and for all, even if it costs me my life.
Obvious.
For the sake of hope, I cannot ignore this. Gasp. 31, 20, 15, 59, 26. Alright, Marco's right. Who summoned me?
Now then.
Thanks for coming.
What's this?
Why, it's the Lord there, Nagato. Are you all alone tonight
What's
too?
the matter?
So what's up? Your face looks scary. I see. So you can tell. Ha! Perhaps you found out who the traitor is. You know me well. That's what I'd like to say, but unfortunately, I haven't learned that yet. I see. So even you don't know, huh? Looks like the final showdown is going to take a little more time.
Hello.
So why'd you summon me anyway? Are you finally going to confess your love?
Hey.
Elbow flower!
I summoned you because something I really need to ask you. It's about the special prize in the final dead. Oh yeah, what about it? There was information about 16 people in the file I received. But isn't that weird?
Say what?
What's weird?
You don't even
Well,
know?
there's a trail from the Future Foundation hiding among us, right? Including that person. Dawn students would be 16, right?
Isn't that right?
But this file contains documents that were created at Host Peak Academy, right? Hajime isn't part of this class because he's from the reserve. This 17th person isn't there.
Of course.
That's right, I just reused the stuff the former headmaster spent a lot of time making. The file even contains information about the traitor. Is that person also a former student of Host Peak Academy?
Who knows?
I wonder.
Hey,
Could it be? Is this your doing? Did you slip false information into the file? Are you trying to keep us from learning the traitor's identity by obtaining this information? What's wrong with that? If it's my job to heat things up, it's okay if I do something small like that, right?
well,
That's not my point.
right?
My point is, you already know who the traitor is.
Ah,
What's wrong with that?
You're getting all
Well, you're
riled
slightly
up.
correct when you say I knew who the traitor was all along. Even though I know who it is, why do you think I ignored it on purpose? That's just like moaning me after losing her magic stick. The traitor's existence means absolutely nothing to me. The existence means nothing, huh?
No, no.
Well, it's just how I feel. But you guys feel somewhat different. After all, that person is the evil Future Foundation like who's putting you guys through his awful stuff. That's not entirely true. I didn't really come here to fight or anything like that. Instead, I came here to offer my cooperation, you know? Cooperation?
Hey,
Your purpose is to fill everyone on this island with despair, right? That's why they're intentionally letting the traitor do. That's why you're intentionally letting the traitor do it as they please, right?
Yep.
Yep.
I...
If that's the case, I'd be able to cooperate somewhat too.
right?
However, in exchange, I want to know who the traitor is. I see. Interesting. Very interesting.
No, no.
Obviously, that's a big no-no. I mean, I'm gonna make everyone in the group feel despair. That includes you too. Well, I knew you would say that. Besides, I just wouldn't be able to handle the sadness when you inevitably betray me later on. Just as I thought. You saw right through me.
Right.
No matter what situation I find myself in, my core way of thinking will never change. In order to create absolute hope that shines brightly, simple as such myself and despair exists. Hoo-hoo-hoo! You're right! You're a true believer of hope after all. I must say, that belief reminds me of that person. For some reason, we had two different thoughts for the bit
just
there.
a very deep voice from in the background screams Makoto's name, and Nagato's like,
It seems so
that name
familiar.
is- that name is my name, but like, jump
Not
a
my
little.
name. Reminds you. I know who you're talking about. With someone as worthless as me reminds you of some other person. You must be extremely unlucky.
Oh, dude, the unluckiest.
But you're just as unlucky, right? I mean, the fact that you're even involved in something like this. Am I? I actually think I'm very lucky.
Say what?
Huh?
You don't know?
Wouldn't you say that coming across this much despair is a rather rare opportunity? I can't rely on anyone on this island. That's why I have to be the one who does it. If I can't eliminate despair from this island, I won't be a stepladder anymore. I'll become true hope.
That's
I'll become an existence that could even be called the ultimate hope. Fucking God.
Nope, that title's already taken. Sorry.
You two are. The two of you are like. You definitely remind me of. Hey, there's one more thing I want to ask you.
Who's this Makoto Naegi person?
See?
Who are you waiting for on this island? Looks like I'm right again. You're definitely waiting for someone on this island. Is the person you're waiting for already on this island?
Hey,
Well, answer my question.
That's...
If that's the case, that person is already on this island. Wouldn't that be exciting?
Man, no one does that laugh like him.
I didn't even try.
Good, it would have failed.
Yeah. 53, 1
See 47 and 42 a lot.
Oh shit, it got bicycle wheels.
And an extendy Wendy.
5 days, 11 hours, 13 minutes, 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22. Do you remember all trio class words? 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 12, 11. I'm done with this. I'm tired. Danganronpa. To be continued. Alright, I got the earring. The Hellhound earring. So I have to think that this was part of how this all started. Would you like to save your current progress? Yes, I would.
I would very much like to.
Thank you for asking. I would like to forever remember that all my friends are fucking dead. Thank you guys for watching. I'm just... God. Why is it everyone I max out? Like, I've maxed out 2 people and both of them died. I just want friends.
This was, I think, the only game? I think in game 3 I also did it where I maxed out people that, that didn't die.
Wow.
At least not, like, right away. But I think I only maxed out Chiaki and Sonya, so...
Probably, that sounds like you.
I don't think I maxed out anyone else.
I imagine what you did was you went for Chiaki and Sonya, and then anyone else you were interested in died.
I went for Chiaki first, and by the time I was done with that, so I went for Chiaki first, and then I went for Sonya right after that. And then I think everyone started dropping like flies, and I was like, I don't have time to max out anyone else, so I'm gonna just keep going with Sonya. And I maxed her, and then I think I just ran out of people that I gave a fuck about. There's literally a message that I'm like, well, I think this is my last free time, so I'm just gonna spend it with my baby.
Yeah.
So I just spent it with Chiaki again.
I will say, I'm glad I went for Gundam instead of Fuyuhiko.
I was really scared when you were like, I'm gonna go for Fuyuhiko and I'll do Gundam later. I was like,
And then...
And then you switched, and I was like,
I
kind of upset, because I feel like that would have hurt a little more.
If I got...
I also just really wanted to see what Fuyuhiko's line was.
You wanted me to get one away and just feel the pain of you just missing it.
Yeah.
Oh, you're a bitch.
Yeah.
I'm glad I have the instinct that he was gonna die, so that way you don't get the satisfaction you despair.
Well, I mostly just wanted to know what Fuyuhiko's storyline was. Because I don't know it, because you have so little time to talk to him.
Yeah, you have to max him out right away.
Yeah, the second you can talk to him, you have to talk to him.
Alright, well, since Gundam died, do we want to go die ourselves?
Yeah, we got to let this little man go potty, though.
Yeah. We'll see you guys next time. This was actually a really good case. I like this one.
6:45 a.m.
This was one where, despite the fact that I honestly really liked both the victims of it, I don't feel like upset about it because both of them truly died knowing what would happen. Yeah. And died so the rest of us could live.
Yeah. And they were not mad about it. Neither one of them.
Gundam embraced the death in the he had the most badass execution because he just like went for it.
That does beg the question. Did Mechamaru struggle so hard so that it would end quicker? Knowing what fate awaited him before he got hung.
Maybe.
That's what I like to think. I think he aimed for the pillar. He was like, well, I gotta die, so I better make this interesting.
Well, I lost. Kiss the pillar!
Kiss the pillar, damn it!
Good night, everybody. Good morning. Good evening.